Okay, guys, I'm doing my best with my puppy's surgery. I having to do a video to remind everybody the Zoom for the Miracle Manifestation members was Monday, not today, right? Because I had this seminar and I knew my puppy's surgery was today. So there's my review for anybody who wants to see it while I go through this intel. Guys, crazy intel. I'm doing it super early. I don't usually do it this early. I self-tan, so that's why I look this way. I just realized with the light, I look a little, I don't know, whatever I look. It's self-tanning. It's just the only time I could do it this morning when I had time. And my hubby's got to go to the firehouse because he's taking off Monday to still help me with the puppy. They are a lot of work because I have to keep the other dogs away from her. Anyways, that's enough about me. I know you listen, best news I got to share with you before we get started. I was just on a live stream and I've got the best news breaking out of Iraq. This is the deal. Jack was in chat. They're back. They're safe. Thank you for all your prayers for our intel sources. They're back at home base. So we're very happy about that. Lots of articles. You need to stay tuned. I'm going to give you the summary. I did not get the timestamps done. I'm going to be working on it today before I go to my 1 o'clock seminar. It says their interpreter was approved for their home loan. Listen to this. He was approved for a bigger loan. Now he can buy a bigger home, 3 bedrooms and 2 baths. Before, it was a 2-bedroom, single bath. The loan should close in 3 weeks. Hope this helps. He couldn't say anything more, but he did say, I asked him if there was any news on the rate. All he said was, here, I'll go here. All he said was, guys, hit the like right now. Hit the subscribe right now. This is breaking news out of Iraq. Somebody in Iraq, what they're seeing that works with our intel sources. He said he couldn't tell us the rate. All I can say about our interpreter, the amount and the rate was not released to him yet, but he did say it's not at 0.076. You remember, we're the only ones that had the intel because we looked in more detail into the articles because I'm your numbers gal, I'm your very analytical girl, and we could tell that the CBI's new program, because they're the ones in control of the rate, comment down below if you agree, CBI can release the rate at any time. Comment, they can release the rate at any time. Affirm that. They can release the rate at any time, so all I got to do is get myself ready. I hope you will affirm that every day. I'm going to go into these articles. You're going to love it, especially if you love America. If you don't, just hang with me. I'm just going to do a summary. It's not going to be that difficult. The CBI did an article, and I have the copy of it. If you want me to do that on a live stream tomorrow, let me know, because I'll be live again tomorrow at 9 a.m. They dropped 2 zeros for anybody seeking a home loan. Interpreter got 1, but the rate right now is not 0.076. So we remain to be seen. He's closing in 3 weeks. This is a good time for this to happen. Comment down below if you agree. If you're excited by watching this, please say, I am excited. So then we had several articles. This is the summary only. Media speculation was wrong. Iraq appoints only 2 summit spokespeople. They are cracking down on any lies, any miscellaneous anonymous sources saying something bad about the summit. They only have 2 representatives for the summit, and I congratulate Iraq for making that kind of broad decision because Iraq is on the pivotal point where they're going to be announced with a new rate. They don't want anybody to screw it up. No lies, no manipulation, none of that fake news that we see everywhere. Iraq calls for Arab mediation task force to diffuse regional issues. They even did a task force to diffuse regional issues. They want everything calm. There's a dust storm there, of course. They're trying to get this together, and they have a dust storm. Sanctions relief for Syria, U.S. Treasury acts. U.S. Treasury is relieving the sanctions. Then there was an article that Scott Bessant is making sure President Trump's orders are being enacted. A lot of times if he does executive orders and the body of government doesn't see that they're implemented, nothing happens. He's got a team. Scott Bessant is making sure that Syria sees the relief that he promised them. Syria's future. Al-Sharari outlined steps after the Trump meeting. Guys, Syria's excited. I think Syria's got the new system. That's my opinion only, because I think that's why they're relieving the sanctions, because they agreed to the system. It's going to be implemented very quick because it's been implemented in detail in Iraq, so it's safe. They can just replicate it like a McDonald's. Like, it's the same system. It's called Turnkey operations. This system is turnkey. Iraq launches major petrochemical plant and now Basra industrial city with a Chinese partnership. They are rocking and rolling. And who knows what the rate is in country, but the people are moving forward. They haven't done MOUs in a while. Haven't you heard that? They haven't done any MOUs. Stocks drop as fresh trade news awaited. Oil down on Iran hopes. That was an article about the whole world, the global economic policy, the global economic prices on oil. Oil is still down, but they're hoping that Iran and U.S. can make a peace deal. Iran is also working with the 3 European countries. I reported on that yesterday. Trump announces big Boeing order for Qatar Airways. He made a deal that's helping all of America. He is all for America, despite what the media wants to paint him as. He's making a deal for America. Listen, he just signed a record order for 160 planes from Boeing. He signed a raft of deals in Doha alongside Qatar's Emir. If you want to hear more about how good he is for our country and for our economy and for the jobs, for our hard-working Americans that want to work, he's the leader that we've wanted. And he's doing everything we ask him to, and that's why we voted for him. Then stocks drop, a fresh trade news awaited, oil down on Iran hopes. That's another article, the same thing. There's obviously, the fake news wants to paint things in different directions. Not everybody loves what Trump's doing, but I'm telling you, they love him in the Middle East. Why? The Middle East is a holier country. They like good leadership. They recognize good leadership. They want peace just as much as we want peace. We want the terrorists off our streets. We want the border closed. We want prices to come down. Inflation is lower than it has been ever. I mean, that just came out yesterday, I think. Cement clinker production rises in Iraq. There's a new cement plant in Iraq. Guys, that is the news out of Iraq. Again, if you're just tuning in, I'm 6 minutes in. The biggest news was out of our intel sources saying that his interpreter, they're closing in 3 weeks on a home loan. They didn't release the rate to him. All they can say about the rate was the amount, and the rate was not released. But he did say he can buy a 3-bedroom house with 2 baths instead of a 2-bedroom house with 1 bath. What does that tell you? Comment down below if you're excited about that. That is the truth, the facts coming out of Iraq and my intel sources. Now we're going to go to everybody else's intel sources, which is a variety of takes on it. Because why? Because I think there's a lot of people set up for a rug pull. If you've heard about the rug pull, comment down below. My pinned comment will prevent you from the rug pull. Here we go. Here's the intel of everybody else. And I'm doing this as fast as I can and as early as, because I wanted you to hear that good news out of Iraq this morning. I go live every morning at 9 if you want to get on. It's really fun. Unique military intel from the ground. Watch this, Frank 26, watch the CBI open up to the new exchange rate once Donald Trump is done with Iran. Yep, I agree with you, Frank. Iran is the reason why you don't have the new exchange rate. Iran is doing the right thing. That's his opinion, not mine. I want you to watch the Trump deal with Iran, and when he does, watch what the CBI does right after that. Guys, the CBI, I'm just so excited because they are holding the rate. They have told us over and over, this is Mountain Goat, that they needed time for the reforms to work on. We see them working now, the steps along the way. The stops along the way are the steps to get the reinstatement. Yes, it is all happening now, not years from now. It is right in our faces. I am so excited, guys. Comment down below if you're excited. I'm more excited than I have been, and I've been in it 12 years. How many years have you been? Comment down below. Bruce, it may be the case that Thursday we go in for our appointments to exchange. They have everything finalized. Obviously, right now we're so close to this thing going. Again, see my pinned comment for safe 3 freedom strategies. Frank 26 says, what happens if we have security and stability against the banking system in Iraq? What happens to your dinar? It would equal a new exchange rate because that's the target. Security and stability will bring forth a new exchange rate of the Iraqi dinar, but it has to be a specific security and stability precisely from Iraq. That is the new banking system that I've been talking about for a long time because I used to audit systems with Pricewaterhouse. Just saying. And there's, like Mark Z is putting up what I did the detailed article of, 47 entrepreneurs and business leaders participating in the Select USA Investment Summit right now. There are a lot of Iraqi business people here in the U.S. That seminar ended on the 14th, so let's see what comes of it. This is international. This is international and prosperity. If they're going to be international, they need a truly international currency. Why are all these international leaders, business leaders from Iraq coming to the U.S. to invest in Iraq? They can't do it unless they have an international currency. That's my opinion. That's what I think. What do you think? Comment down below. I want to hear from you. If you like my strat, I'm the happiness master. Please subscribe, tap the bell for truth, facts, and optimism every day at 9 a.m. And guys, I love you all, and I'm excited that this is done. If you ever want to join us for manifestation, watch one of my margaritas and mysteries. I talk about how do you manifest. I love manifestation principles. I'll do some videos as I have time because my husband's home for the next week with the puppy and me, so I won't be able to go live for margaritas unless maybe I can. I don't know. Subscribe, tap the bell so you'll be notified in case I get to. Bye.